Hi, this is Cynthia A. Johnson. This is 15 Minutes of Politics with Cynthia A. Johnson. My co-host is Joyce Moore, and this is After the Show.
Fantastic. That's all I can say is fantastic. You know, you're doing something exceptional by just being on the show because, as I said before, I never knew there were so many people listening to last night.
Listening to
your Facebook, watching it, and listening to us. Because of the fact, mine is the $3 million, but yours is the political side of it. So, yes, I think this is going to be something good.
Okay, so 15 Minutes of Politics is on 1440 AM WMKM, formerly WDRJ. And we, believe it or not, I started with a show called Stand Up Now, and that started in November of 2013. It's actually a whole year later that I've been on air, and we are going to have a get-together here at the station. Did you know that this used to be the governor's mansion at 2994 East Grand Boulevard? Used to be the governor's mansion.
It's part of history.
And this is.
People don't know about it, but yes, this is part of history.
These are the studios of WMKM. So we're looking at next Thursday, which is today, from 1 until about 4 p.m. where we're going to invite everyone who wants to just come on in and meet with us and say hello. And this is our way of giving back to you for helping in the campaign to elect Cynthia A. Johnson, the write-in campaign. So I'm excited about that. You're excited about it?
Absolutely. I see that you are. Absolutely, you are. And you know, this is just the fact that so many people participated that we did not expect. The fact that the Facebook page was, to me, an excellent way to communicate because I'm learning the computer side of the Facebook more and more and more. I wasn't against it, but now I'm a little more for it because it is a way to communicate and definitely express yourself.
It's phenomenal because during our write-in campaign, there were people not only nationally who were supporting this write-in campaign, there were people from even as far as Africa who was supporting.
Right. And the only thing is they couldn't vote. But
they couldn't vote.
But they were aware of what was going on here in the city of Detroit, and that's the important thing.
Yes.
Is that we need people all over the world to know what's going on here in our city. And of course we need to let them know that we're not just sitting around, that we're going to try to, as you say, educate more people about the voting process. About the voting process. Very critical to do. Very, very critical that people must understand that the primary election is the most important election because that's when you select your candidate.
And can we say that again? The primary, there is the primary and then you have the general election. With regard to the primary election, that's where you get to choose the person that you want elected, that you really want elected. If you wait until the general election, most people will vote a straight ticket as in what happened or what occurred on November 4th, right, 2014.
Right, we were basically talking or speaking in terms of actually going through and selecting every candidate. That way you can actually...
That's what we were asking people to do.
Right, but people, I won't underestimate the people. I'm just simply saying that they've been basically taught to vote a straight ticket. And if you want to select a candidate, other than those from the straight ticket, you have to actually go through and select every candidate, every single candidate individually.
Right, and that's what we were trying to convey to the people. I don't think our message got out. I know it didn't get out if we look at the numbers that were given by the Detroit Election Department.
Yeah, but you know what, but again, I learned two things that has been going on before, and we have got to figure out how to tighten this out. First of all, as a write-in candidate, there's a posting. We went to several precincts and there was either a posting in the box, and they had to dig it out and then post it, or there was no posting at all, and when I got there, they have posted it. and they did not make it visible for the people to see that these were the write-in candidates. That's one thing. The other concern that I have as a write-in candidate is the fact that individually, everybody's vote should be counted. You have signed an affidavit saying that you are an official write-in candidate, and it is up to this clerk, no offense Janice Winfrey, no offense, but you must do the job to ensure that every write-in candidate votes are counted and that they are tallied either unofficially and become official.
And that's interesting. I'm glad that you mentioned that, Joyce, because on yesterday, November 5th, the day after the election, November 5th, 2014, I went up to the Detroit Election Department, which is on the Boulevard, and what I did and what I discovered was that after I had gone there and I asked for two things. I wanted my voting record, which I'm always asking people and telling people, please go to the Detroit Department of Elections and get your voting record. That's yours. So they should give you a copy, and do not for one moment allow them to give you what's called a certificate. Because see, what they can do is they can look at that list and give you and pick and choose what they want to put on that certificate. No, no, no. You want your actual voting record.
Right.
And see, yesterday they tried to give me a certificate.
What you call just give you something to say, yes, you came in and
right.
certify that you did vote, but you actually asked for each election, the primary and the general election.
Right. And what I found out is that the reason that they took so long to give me my record, and at first they didn't want to give me my record. They tried to give me a certificate, and I told them, I said, no, I want to see the same things, the same thing that you're looking at. And so ultimately, after a whole 20 minutes later, then she gives me the record. Initially, she said, oh, I can't give you that because we don't have permission. We have to get permission to give you your record. No, people, that's not true. What I found out is that on my voting record dated November 5th, the day after the election, is that they didn't show me as voting November 4th. The last date they showed me voting was August 5th, which was in the primary. That's the reason they were running around and whispering and trying to not let me see that record. Because of course they already know how I am.
Yeah, but you got to remember also that you signed a sworn affidavit that you were going to be a candidate. So for reason or another, they're not looking at the write-ins with the value, which is why, and I will say it repeatedly, and this is a good one, why our current mayor, how did he get in so easily? Because if this process existed last year,
and we're talking about two different things now, because I was talking about I'm not talking about the write-ins right now, I'm talking about my voting record.
Okay,
now we're switching over to the write-ins.
Okay, right.
Okay.
We're not going to go too much to the write-ins, but we're going to just simply say, just having observed what we did yesterday.
You mean on Tuesday?
Tuesday.
The day of the election.
It's just hard to believe that not having them posted, having them in the box, that this process was all done last year, and it should be followed easily this year. So it's hard to believe that this mayor got elected as write-in.
But as I have said to you before, there's a difference between the write-ins for the general election and write-ins for the primary. In the primary, the mayor, the current mayor, Mike Duggan, was a write-in in the primary, which he ran against many other Democrats.
Just summarize the write-in, what we saw. We saw first, just summarizing, we saw that the candidates are not individually tallied, so to speak.
The write-in.
Write-in. So we're going to go back to write-ins right quick. And the write-in candidates individually are not tallied. You got a whole total number of write-ins. but I want to know how many votes Joyce Moore got, or how many votes Cynthia A. Johnson got, how many votes any other candidate got, and that's not being done. The other major concern, major concern, is that at the poll sites, at the precinct sites, where people do go in and vote, the postings are not there for the write-in.
The write-in postings are not there. And as a matter of fact, one of the sites that I had gone to over at Tabernacle Church on the Boulevard and Grand River, do you know I actually went up to one of the tables and spoke with a supervisor, a polling supervisor, who said, when I asked her where was the listing, because it's supposed to be taped on the table
Right.
so people could see.
Right.
She says, I said, you don't have a posting. She says, well, I said, where is it? She says, it's in the box. I said, would you please put it out? She says, no, I'm not putting anything out. I said, excuse me? I said, what purpose is it in the box? You see, there is just so much going on where you have friends of friends of friends and people who are supposed to be
representing the best interests of the people when they're out there.
Right, and not a part of a clique, but you're supposed to be doing your job. And so many people are doing the job of a candidate or of an incumbent, and that's got to stop.
Well, we got Plan B. We
do have Plan B, but we're not going to talk about Plan B right now.
Plan B, Plan C, Plan D.
But people, I'm asking you to please go out, do your research. I love the city of Detroit. I would not have done this exercise, the exercise of running for a state representative as a write-in candidate, if I didn't think that it was so important and it should have been done. I did it because, one, the only candidate who was on that ballot as a Democrat does not live in our district, and his father, the current state representative, Fred Durhall, helped to assist in this voter fraud. And that's exactly what it was.
We call it that.
Voter fraud.
Okay,
Okay, so I want to transition to what's going on with regard to the housing situation.
Okay, I went to one of the meetings last night. They've got a district, they've got a meeting in...
last night being what day?
I'm sorry, last night was Wednesday. I went to Crowell Recreational Center on Lasher. And the point is that I was telling them and updating them on what was happening with $3 million. But you made a very valid point. Don't take my word for it. Go down to 65 Cadillac Square, 17th floor, which is room 1700, and that's planning and development. What's going on? Because of the fact that they're going to provide you with information, and I'm giving you information that I've received from the state level as well as from the city level. Okay, but for those people at the meeting, I was surprised that so many people have been listening to the station and concerned about the $3 million. And so what I've just come up with, and this is just me lobbying, that if you, and a lady asked me, she says, what can we do? What can we do as people? And I'm saying, okay, let's lobby. Although these people have made a decision, they don't necessarily have to keep the decision.
Isn't that interesting? They've already made the decision. They were supposed to have these meetings prior to making this decision. So now they're backpedaling. They've made the decision on what they're going to do with these CDBGs funds from HUD. Now, after they made the decision, now they're going to have the meeting. Oh no, this, you know, HUD needs needs to be investigated too.
Okay, so I'm getting here. So anyway, I need you to put your name, address, phone number.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking about the people at the meeting last night that approached me. Thanks, Cynthia. That approached me last night at the meeting. If you want to help, the way to help is to lobby and put your name, your address, and phone number on a letter that I have basically drafted as a boilerplate letter, and put the date, and you want to address it to an elected official. Now, you can add, dear elected official, because I've already drafted it. I am a resident and voter in the city of Detroit. The Community Development Block Grant Funds, CDBG funds, for low to moderate income were initially intended as a grant for the residents in the city of Detroit. I am requesting that you encourage Housing Urban Development, meaning HUD, to insist that the $3 million that Mayor Mike Duggan reprogrammed as a loan, effective November the 1st, 2014, that's 2014, be immediately redirected back to CDBG funds as a grant as it was originally intended. Now this is the letter. This is the body of the letter.
May I see this letter for a second?
Okay, wait, let me finish.
Okay.
Your immediate actions and responses greatly appreciated because I didn't get it all in before. Now, so I want a letter, so you're going to invest about $3.50. They have this letter. You're going to send it to the mayor. You're going to send it to state representative. You're going to send it to the senator.
Oh, they can email this.
Well, no, I did. Oh, that's a good point. I did email to her, to the mayor, and I didn't get a response. I'm looking at my emails every day to get a response. So we're going to go back to the old way fashion of postal, United States Postal, and we're going to see what happens that way.
Gotcha.
Right, okay, so city council members in your district, and you need to know who voted for the proposal, and the President of the United States of America. Why not? So what I'm trying to do now is stay in contact with those groups that I'm meeting with, and if you want, you can email me at 1948 Moore@comcast.net. That's 1948 Moore, my last name M-O-R-E, my first initial J @comcast.net. Or you can call me, email me because it's easier that way. I get a chance.
Can't take this because I want to keep talking.
Yeah, I was going to say call me, but then if I'm on another call, I don't like to change the switch over. So email me if you can at that address. And if you just absolutely have to call me, fine. 313-465-2299. The point is that I'm saying they think that we're sleeping, that the majority of people in the city of Detroit are sleeping, and we're not. We're not. We've done this before, and I remember, see, the old schoolers out there like me that have been a part of the political arena as such, we've done this, and I think it was effective. It was letting them know that we're not here just sleeping, that the next election coming up, we're going to remember who did what, and let them know we want you to help us. And part of helping us is to give that $3 million back to the people as a grant, as opposed to a loan. You keep saying it's a low interest loan. Let me focus on low interest just for a second. And the concern there is that they're looking for investors. They're looking for people to donate. And so when Ms. Stein, who was the interim director, said that, I said,
Ms. Stein, interim director of
Planning and Development in Detroit. Thank you, just help me, because I'm already into it. And I love when people ask me questions about it, because no question is unimportant. The point is that when she said that, that made me believe that the investors don't invest unless there's a profit. And the profit is the land. The land. The land.
Remember that, people. It's about the land in the city of Detroit. Most of all of what's going on is about the land. What we sit on in the city of Detroit is so important and it's like gold.
Right, gold. Another thing too is that one of the issues that was brought up was, or discussed, was the taxes. They're taxing me personally. My home was like off the hook in terms of taxes, but they're also taxing a lot of people out of their homes. And so we've got to consider that. So February the 1st, I do believe you have to be down.
February 1st, 2015.
Okay, now, I'm not sure. I just think I have to find out exactly where, but we'll bring that up again because it was discussed last night and no one knew the answer exactly. So we're going to find out where you have to go. I think it's the assessor's office, okay? And we have your property reassessed so that your taxes are low for 2015. Why not? Why not? Okay? So these are the things that I'm working on. So like I said, if you can get this letter out, get it to as many people as you can in your block and your community organizations, and then just flood them. I know that this worked before, and they changed it. They did change it, and I know they did. So if you want to help, let's try with the letter first.
All right.
Keep me posted. Okay, Cynthia.
Thank you, Joyce, so much. I really appreciate that. So, in closing, we can give you the information. We can ask you to do it, but do these actions. But we can have the information for you. We can inform you. But if you don't do anything with the information except just look at her pretty face and my all right face and just listen to what we have to say and perhaps trying to find out whether or not we are saying something right or not. And I challenge you to please don't take our word for anything.
Right. And I tell people that all the time. I said, you know, when even
check things out for yourself.
Check it out for yourself. That's why I said 65 Cadillac Square, 17th floor, planning development, find out for yourself about the $3 million.
Then go down to the election, Detroit election department, right on the boulevard.
Ask for your record.
And ask for your voting record. That's your right. And do not accept a certificate. Oh no, you want the voting record. See, these people think that we are sleeping. Straight up, they think we are stupid, okay? But we're not. We're far from that. And I believe that the people really do care. They just need to know what to do. And it's so unfortunate that, you know, there's a thing called ignorance to the law is no excuse. Ignorance to the law is no excuse. So, in other words, what you don't know, hey, is totally irrelevant. If you don't know it, too bad, because you didn't check it out.
You need to know.
And you need to check out. You need to question things. You need to keep questioning until you get your answer. My name is Cynthia A. Johnson.
Joyce Moore.
Joyce Moore, my great co-host, guest co-host on 15 Minutes of Politics. She's also my guest co-host on Stand Up Now. The information that we are providing for you is because we love you, because we care about the city of Detroit. Not only the city of Detroit, we care about people all over. We just want people to be informed.
We want to be informed and let you know that there are options.
Yes.
There are options. Don't think that there aren't options.
That's right.
There are always exceptions.
Always exceptions. And I just want to give thanks and praise to our Father God and Mother God, and I thank so much Tanya Britt, who has been just such a phenomenal person, and she has provided, let me take this off, she has provided this scarf, which is, she received this from a very dear friend in Italy. So isn't this gorgeous? She provided this scarf. She didn't give it to me, but she allowed me to use it, so I thank her for that. So, but Tanya Britt, thank you so much. I thank so much all of you, Vanessa Gladney, Valley Smith, Keno Williams, everybody. You know, there's just Deborah Taylor and Monica Lewis. What's Monica Lewis's last name?
Monica, you know who I'm talking about?
Monica, you know, yeah, girl. Monica is a activist. Deborah, activist. All these wonderful activists who's got it really going on, and we're just so thankful. And of course, I cannot forget, of course, WMKM 1440 WMKM. The owner is Tim Gallagher. His father is Terry Gallagher. Just awesome, awesome people. And don't forget that for you, just for you, we are going to have a get-together. Thank you for helping us with the write-in campaign. And that's going to take place right here at 2994 East Grand Boulevard next Thursday. I believe that's November 13th. So it's next Thursday from 1 until 5. Come on out, say hello to us. And did you know that this was the governor's, this place right here was the governor's mansion. So come on out, check us out. And again, thank you, Tanya. Thank you.
You're welcome
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.